Resourcing tomorrow on the last day, my final interview. Marc Sale, the CEO of First Class Metals. Marc, how are you?
Tired.
Yeah, tired. Everyone's probably tired, hey?
But hey, tired for all the right reasons, Mark.
Good.
I think this is possible. We didn't come last year.
You came the one before?
The two before, yeah. I think this is possibly the best that I've ever attended as far as meaningful meetings are concerned.
I've heard that a couple of times, yeah.
And the quality of the people who've come to see us this time round, when I say quality, people who are interested to the extent that they've done research. I mean, some of these people know more about the company than I do.
Okay.
No, seriously, it's really heartening when people come in and they know your projects, as opposed to walking in and saying, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
So,
and is it retail? Is it institutions?
Predominantly retail.
Okay.
There has been the odd institution, if we will class, well, actually there's been two family offices that have come to see us.
Right, okay.
So if you want to call them family offices as opposed to Ma and Pa institutions, yeah. But quality, as I say, and serious interest.
Okay.
And the other thing too is they seem to understand and get the First Class Metals story, and as that they're very disappointed for us. You know, it's like, I can't believe your share price. You've got these assets, you've been doing all this work, like we've been drilling at North Hemlo.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, our share price was 10 times what it is now. It was
Really?
18p. And at the moment, we're at 1.8. And in those 2 years, we've drilled zigzag successfully. Okay, the lithium price is sort of hopefully bottomed out, but starting to come back up. We've acquired Kerrs, 386,000 compliant ounces. We're currently drilling at North Hemlo and plans to drill at Sunbeam. What isn't there to like? I mean, our neighbour at North Hemlo is now the Hemlo Mining Corporation, which bought Hemlo off Barrick.
Okay.
They border our property where the dead otter trend is.
Right, okay.
So they must be watching. Well, Barrick were watching, because everyone knows Barrick went out and visited the property a couple of times, so there's interest there. And the same over at Sunbeam. We've got Agnico Eagle Hammond Reef to the northwest, and we've got their Milena discovery to the southeast, and we are literally sandwiched in between. There's not a spare claim between us and them on both sides. So there's phenomenal upside.
Okay.
Compliant resource, drilling at North Hemlo, planning to drill at Sunbeam.
So it's all about drilling. Just remind us of where you are. It's still discovery stage, is that fair to
Yes,
say?
we are. I mean, the drilling we're doing on the Dead Otter Zone at North Hemlo, it's the first time that has been drilled. It's realistically, it's a new discovery. There was a historical showing by Chapin in the 80s, 3.1 grams, but we've traced that trend for 3 kilometres to what we call our 19 grammer, which is where this drill core came from.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's exciting. As I say, 3 kilometres, new discovery, being drilled close to Hemlo, a gold mine. But you know, exploration is all about numbers. You've got to look at a lot before you get one that goes somewhere. So the 3 kilometres at North Hemlo, whilst it's exciting, you then go to Sunbeam. You've got the Pettigrew trend over 10 kilometres, the Sunbeam trend over 12 kilometres, and the Roy trend, again, same sort of dimension. So there you've got 30 kilometres of anomalous gold bearing, and by gold bearing I mean really gold bearing, because each one of them had a mine at Roy, a mine at Pettigrew, and a mine at Sunbeam. And the government geologist took a sample which was 28 ounces off the dump at Sunbeam mine.
Okay.
So North Hemlo, an exciting 3 kilometres, Sunbeam, and it's super exciting 30 kilometres. So we've got 10 times more stabs at the cherry, or whatever the expression is, at Sunbeam than we do at North Hemlo.
So how do we contextualise this? You say you've got lots of strike, long kilometres, anomalous. Does that mean you're looking for the main zone, or how can we understand this data?
So we picked Roy because I like Roy. Emerald Geological Services, who are doing the work for us, their geologist likes Roy as well. And I've picked Roy, and we just did a 3 kilometre strike long, 500 sample soil program over Roy and its extension, and we use the same grid to do about 80 kilometres of VLF work, ground geophysics. The idea is to use Roy as a template, and if we can successfully drill Roy historic development and that extension, we apply that to the other 9 kilometres of the Roy lineament, as well as then to the Sunbeam lineament and the Pettigrew lineament. Now, these things are very robust northeast district scale. It's the same at Hammond Reef and Millennium, very robust. But the gold anomalism seems to be like pearls on a string. Okay, more here, sort of there, more here, sort of there. So the theory I'm working on at the moment is, whilst you've got the main northeast lineament going this way, something intersects it, and it's where those intersections, that intersection lineation they call it, that's where you get high grade zones.
Okay.
Now we've got currently a LiDAR study going on. LiDAR is like a super fancy form of topography reader. It's radar picking up the topography, and so it sees through the trees and the vegetation. It's a lot better. We've got an Australian company looking at the LiDAR for Sunbeam, because I suspect, as I say, strong northeast trending lineaments, but something maybe north-northwest hitting those, and where they intersect, you're getting the Roy mine, the Pettigrew mine, and who knows what else, because it might be under a lake or under a bog, or the old-timers just never got to it. I mean, whilst we were doing the soil program, we found 2 pits that eventually we found documentation for, but our initial data search hadn't picked them up. So they're very robust trends, and I mean, and we're not talking just a scraping in the ground, we're talking several metre deep shafts.
Okay.
Not really pits, shafts.
So a potential operation here, would it look like something that was there in the past, like a shaft that follows?
I don't know, I won't be there.
Okay.
We bill ourselves as successful explorers. We would take it to, obviously, resource, MRE maybe, unlikely pre-feasibility. I mean, people talk about
the Lason, yeah.
You know, once you get to feasibility, it's flattening out. And the other thing too is, where's the good news come from in feasibility? It's feasible. Well, yeah, that's what we thought. That's why we did it. You're not going to do a feasibility study on something you don't think is feasible, are you? I mean, what you do with a feasibility study is confirming it's feasible. You wouldn't do it. Isn't it?
So you're a discovery story still.
We are a discovery story. Yes.
And
we're on the steep.
And have you haven't made the discovery yet, or you sort of half?
Personally, yes, I have.
You have. Okay.
Million ounces in Australia, plus million ounces in Argentina twice. So yes, we have a track record.
Right. Okay. But at first class.
I consider the North Hemlo a new discovery. That 19.6 grams in the North Limb, as far as we're aware, is the highest grab sample ever taken in the North Limb. Right? So that's a new discovery. Let's see what the drilling results bring to see whether it's a proven discovery.
Right, okay.
So, yes, sorry, I'm playing with you a bit. We haven't made a discovery yet. But as I say, a lot of upside for Sunbeam. That's the one I believe could be a company maker. North Hemlo could make the company very rich, shall we say, because there's an obvious buyer nearby if we have a proven discovery. Whereas with Sunbeam, exciting.
So you're not focusing on any one, you're basically attacking them all over the next year?
Well, we're drilling at North Hemlo at the moment. That will finish probably by Christmas, okay? And then I'd like to be drilling Sunbeam before the winter, but of course we've got to look at the money.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, before the end of the winter, because access will be a lot better on frozen ground.
Sure.
But that's my Christmas wish list. I've got to talk to James about the money before you go make the decisions on that. Okay. And of course, let's not forget, sitting in the background waiting for the price to recover is our Zigzag Lithium project. Yeah. Right next to GT Resources. Seymour Lake. And then we've got the Kerrs compliant 386,000 ounces, which we're revisiting the resource on. So whilst Exploration on the ground is focused on currently North Hemlo, then it will be Sunbeam. We do have these peripheral things, and yes, everyone wants to know which asset we're selling. I'm not going to tell you. There will be news about that early in the new year. That's our intention, or our hope, shall we say. And we're also, with the MOU with Valerium, looking at tokenisation of one of our properties.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a really simple concept, this tokenisation. There's two strings to tokenisation at the moment. One is when you tokenise it and the token holders are like a joint venture partner, so they're funding the exploration. The other one is RWA, real world asset, when you tokenise a resource. You've got to have a compliant resource to do that. And you're tokenising a known resource, a real asset in the ground.
And I'm glad you reminded me of that MOU because, the recent news from Valerium is fantastic.
Oh, 200 million. Yes.
Fantastic.
I had a really good meeting with them the other day.
And that taking that kind of tech and crypto excitement and money into hard asset, brilliant, is a great thing. I'm hearing more that kind of tech and crypto money is looking for hard assets.
I was speaking to somebody on Monday about tokenisation, and they said if you haven't already started thinking about it, you're too late.
Right, okay.
I won't say it's going to be a bubble, but I think to get on the wave.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd like to think that First Class thinks outside the box, not only technically, but also as far as funding what we're doing. I mean, the asset sale, I would say it's more likely than not to go ahead. Nothing's certain until the money's in our bank account, and that will be non-dilutive funding. The tokenisation, if that comes about, theoretically is also non-dilutive funding. Okay, you're hiving off a project out of the top co, and drill results on North Hemlo and drilling on Sunbeam. Asset sale with lithium at some stage.
And just finally, you mentioned the SOMD curve. So is it a case of the drilling that one hold could transform and really light a fire under the share price, or do you think it's going to be more sort of building up?
I think we have to manage expectations, okay? And I'll be quite frank, if we get some values in the drilling at North Hemlo, what that will do is prove we have a mineralised system. It might mean that we haven't drilled in the best part of that system, but it will prove it's a mineralised system and therefore give us the encouragement and hopefully the investor confidence to drill more. So it's 3 kilometres. We're drilling in 3 locations along that 3 kilometres, possibly 4 depending on how far apart you want to call a different location. We don't know that we're drilling on the best part. Some of it's so covered with vegetation we haven't even been able to take a rock sample. So in some ways we would rewind the exploration and after the drilling go to soil sampling to see where else along that 3 kilometres we want to do some stripping and then drilling. But first of all, we need the confidence that it is a mineralised system. And I don't need 5 metres at 5 grams to do that. I need positive results, with gold obviously, to say yes, this system carries gold. It might carry more 5 metres that way and a lot more 50 metres that way, but you're in a mineralised system. So I think North Hemlo might send us crazy if on one hole, but I'm not looking for crazy, I'm looking for confidence.
Confidence in a mineralised system.
Yep.
Okay. Good. We'll get that from the next round of drilling, or
no, from this drilling.
From this, yeah, that's what I mean. From this drilling.
I can't think. We're so close to Christmas and New Year. There's no way we're going to. It'll be, I would say, second half of January, realistically.
Sure.
And again, managing expectations. I don't want to say, I will have the results by, but
absolutely.
I won't even be ringing the lab before the second half of January.
Sure. Yeah. I notice you've got a bull on your.
I'm full of bull.
Bull vibes, not bull.
Yeah, absolutely. Bull market.
Mark, thank you very much.
Have a great Christmas.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programmes at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.